So, just in case you didn't know, DICE dropped a huge gameplay trailer for Battlefield 2042. And here are all the little things you might have missed. We got everything from vehicles, weapons, specialists, our first look at the in-game weather system called Levelation, and a new gameplay mechanic called the 1 Plus system, letting you change attachments with the push of a single button. Hey guys, Kate here and welcome back to a Double Tap Show. And at E3, DICE dropped a huge trailer for Battlefield 2042. And I watched it at 0.25 speed, and here are all the little things that you might have missed. But first, if you're part of the 93% that watches my videos and is still not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Smack me with that sub button and turn your bell notifications icon. Come on, man. You know you want to. Stop playing hard to get. Now let's get into it. This year's E3 was an absolute showstopper when it comes to games, and DICE took the time to take the stage and show us the first look at Battlefield 2042. And we got a lot to cover, so let's get started. This gameplay trailer gave us a deeper look at 3 out of the 8 maps that have been revealed so far. The first one being Kaleidoscope, a state-of-the-art metropolis in South Korea where you can zipline across skyscrapers and find in plazas surrounding the city's data center. We also got a closer look at Hourglass, a neon-based city in the middle of the Qatar desert, with massive sandstorms constantly coming in, blocking out visibility and natural light. Finally, we got a look at Orbital, taking place in French Guiana, centered around a rocket shuttle. We also get a sneak peek at the massive armory available in Battlefield 2042. Something that I want to say before we get started on that is that I'm going to be pointing out the weapons used in the gameplay, not the ones displayed in the hood as icons. This is a futuristic shooter, so even though I can probably make out what it is, I will most likely be wrong. The trailer kicks off its weapon showcase with the PBX-9, a submachine gun, with similarities to the UMP-45, and can be seen here rocking a dual scope, ACOG at the bottom, red dot up top. Next is our first sniper here on offer, the TG-24, a bolt-action sniper seemingly being used here without a scope, which is weird for a Battlefield game, but now we know that option is available. For our next weapon, it's a bit confusing, the M5A3. Obviously, some form of an M4. What is confusing though is that this could be an assault rifle due to the way that the magazine looks. Also, there's the fact that there's only 21 bullets. I'm starting to think that this might be our first look at a DMR, or the player just needs to reload. The next weapon seen in the gameplay trailer is the 4V9, a generic assault rifle. And after that, we get our first pistol, the G57, which really just looks like a Glock G17. Next, we get a look at our first lethal equipment, being shown here as a C4. And after that, we have the K30 submachine gun, better known as the Chris Super V or the Vector. For a brief second, we also get to see the AK-24, representing a modern AK. For our final weapon, we see the LCMG, our first look at the only light machine gun available in the gameplay trailer. Overall, the weapons available seem like a good place to start. I'm sure we will get more details about the full list of weapons available at launch within the coming weeks. Now, let's talk vehicles. And the gameplay trailer did a stellar job by showing us what vehicle warfare might look like in Battlefield 2042. The trailer opens up with the MD-540 Nightbird, an Apache-like helicopter, and we also get to see the flare system in action to avoid oncoming enemy fire. For our next vehicle, we have the MV-38 Condor, which looks like an anti-craft plane, given the weapons displayed on the hood. I mean, they look like tracker missiles to me. And at the very end of the scene, we also get to see our first look at Levelation, with the sandstorm coming into the city, reducing visibility on the A flag. Next, we have the extremely detailed animation of the M1A5 tank being dropped in, which absolutely looks amazing. I mean, the thrusters just oh my god. I believe that the M1A5 is going to be one of the many tanks available to use when the game launches later this year. Our next vehicle is a desert outfitted Humvee called the LAT-4, being seen here driven by the player, and it also has a minigun attached to the top, which will be controlled by a separate person in the squad. The gameplay trailer also gave us our first look at Specialist, being used in real time, and this will be the Assault Specialist McKay, using his grapple gun to get on top of the scaffolding, which given by the infinity sign on the hood icon, we can see that it could be used in a limited amount of times and it has no cooldown timer. I think that is really cool with how big the Battlefield maps are. I think it's good to have a way to traverse the map at hand anytime we want. What's most important here is that this specialist is from the assault rifle class and can be seen here using the TG-24, so your weapons are no longer locked by what class you choose, which is really awesome. Afterwards, we get to see our first look at our takedown, much like what we see in Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone. And just in case you missed it, There also seems to be a slide mechanic in play here after the player uses the grapple hook. At the very end of the scene, we also see the continuation of our first revelation, with the sandstorm still coming into the city. For our second and final specialist, we see the stim pistol coming from the support specialist that lets you revive teammates by shooting at them. Yeah, shooting at them, that's weird. But it also revives them with more health as opposed to a natural revive done by any of the other specialists. But by far, the most important part of this trailer has to be the fact that we get to see the +1 system in action, allowing you to choose muzzles, scope, magazines, and grips on the fly to better fit whatever situation you're in. Depending on how seamless this new mechanic is, I think it's really gonna change up the gameplay and fighting styles. This is really fucking cool. I mean, I wish we had something like this in Call of Duty. Between this and Revelation, I think this is going to add a longevity to this game for years to come. The final detail that I want to talk about is that even though we didn't get much gameplay, DICE has confirmed the next information drop, which will be on July 22nd. I think that's when we will see more gameplay, as well as the official release and more information about the early access or the beta, if you need to pre-order it or not, or whatever they choose to do. And that's about it. That's everything I found in the Battlefield gameplay trailer by watching it at 0.25 speed. But now, it's time for me to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of this Battlefield trailer? Let me know down in the comment section below. As for me, I think that more information is needed, but I think this is really starting to look like a great game, and I can't wait to pick it up. Again, we're on the road to 500 subscribers, so if you would like to be part of the crew, smack me with a sub button and hit that bell notification icon, because I would love to have you. As always, a like is always appreciated. And well, that's all for me today. I'm Major Cade. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.